This is Randall Root, and this video is about completing exercise 2 in Chapter 2, creating the data warehouse. In this exercise, your job is to open up a SQL script file that I created and run it. Doing so will create the data warehouse you're going to need for Chapter 2. Now, I try to keep the code pretty simple, and to make things simple for you, what I ask is that you try to double-click in the Visual Studio solution on the installing weather tracker DW SQL file. You can see it in picture or figure 2-12. Now, doing so, ideally, should go ahead and open up the file in Visual Studio and allow you to right-click in the background and make a connection to your database engine to run the code. However, although it does work in most computers, it doesn't always work. So the feedback I've been getting is that, hey, it didn't work for me, which is really disconcerting. It's not the end of the world, though. The thing is, you can actually go ahead and run this code by connecting to SQL Server. So if I were to go ahead and right-click on the file within the BI Solution Weather Tracker Projects folder and open it, it should go ahead and open up in SQL Server Management Studio. And of course, that's the default program that SQL files are mapped to. Remember that if you can't see the file extension, you need to go and turn that feature on by unchecking the hide extensions for known files. Organize, Files and Search Options, View, uncheck that box. Then you can see the SQL extension. And double-clicking on that file will bring up the SQL Server Management Studio. And at that point, you can go ahead and connect to the database engine and run the code from there. I originally thought it would be too many steps, so I wanted you guys to go ahead and try running it right from Visual Studio. But since that doesn't work on all Visual Studio installs, and I'd like to say it was really simple to diagnose why it does and sometimes doesn't, but I've had a room with 30 machines. All of them are supposed to be loaded exactly the same, and some do and some don't. Go figure. But anyway, if it doesn't work in Visual Studio, you can open up in Management Studio and run the code from there. Either way, you'll end up getting the weather tracker database that you can then use. Now, you know, it doesn't show up over here sometimes because of refresh issues. Just refresh and you should see it. There it is. Now, once you go through and have installed it, you're kind of ready to go. The other instructions in Exercise 2 are using this thing called Server Explorer from Visual Studio. This actually should work no matter what your version. So the part where you actually run the code, the SQL code from Visual Studio may not, but this part should work. So you can verify from Visual Studio that the database does exist by using Server Explorer. Really, the point of this exercise was just to kind of give you a heads up about some of the features inside of Visual Studio. If you find this a little bit confusing, just keep in mind that it's just one option. It's not the most important option. You can always verify that the database is there from Management Studio. I'm just trying to make sure that you have kind of a variety of tools to work with. Now, once that's done, you kind of want to move the solution, the document that actually creates the data warehouse into a new solution folder. So this is really just to organize things. Again, it's just to give you an idea of possibilities. So you make a new solution folder and you drag the install weather tracker DW SQL file into that folder and you're done. So not too bad an exercise. The thing where the code doesn't always run in Visual Studio like it's supposed to, as shown in figure 2-15, is a little disconcerting, Again, don't let that get you too rattled. Hope you found this helpful.